What is up, guys? Welcome back to episode 3. I'm your host, Corey Ghostface Powell, and you guys are watching Seen by Ghostface. And in today's episode, we're going to do something that I've been looking forward to do for a long time. We are breaking down every movie in the Scream franchise that are my personal favorite, and I'm explaining to you why I like what I didn't like from what, and we're gonna have some fun. As you know, I am Corey Ghostface Powell. This is where I got the name from. I'm a huge fan of the Scream franchise. Scream is my favorite franchise. So this video, I could do this off the top of my head without even looking at anything. Like, I love this franchise, but I'm not gonna hold you up any longer. Let's get straight into it. We got coming in at number 6. We got Scream 3. Now, Scream 3, I loved Scream 3. In fact, Scream 3 was the very first Scream that I watched when I was growing up. It was the very first Scream that I watched, and I liked it. I liked it when I first seen it, and I didn't really know much about the Scream franchise, but I liked it. It was a cool movie to watch, and it was alright. It was enjoyable. It was digestible. Now, as I started to watch it more when I got older, it started to feel kind of aimless. Like what's the true goal, or like it just didn't feel like put together well. Now, as I did more research and heard more stories, Scream 3 was the movie where there was a lot of errors with the writers. It was a lot like changing in the scripts, and it was so crazy because in the movie, this is why I like this movie or this franchise. In the movie, they joke about Stab having several script changes and stuff like that, and that was happening real time for the Scream franchise in that movie. So that's why I kind of felt like a tug of war of stories inside of Scream 3. But nevertheless, I liked Scream 3 and I think it was a good movie. It's the only movie in the franchise that had a single killer. Not a lot of people know that, but it had a single killer, which was pretty cool. Pretty cool. I just didn't like the fact that it was her brother, Sidney's brother. Like, it just, that felt kind of cheesy. Like, oh my, here we go, the fucking one time, but it's cool. It's cool. We got a deep look into Maureen Prescott's backstory and her as an actress, and it got into some deep stuff about into why the mom was the way she was when it came to her death and stuff like that. So getting a backstory onto Sydney's mom was pretty cool. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Coming in next for our next entry on our rankings for our Scream movies, we got number 5. We got Scream 5. Scream 5 or Scream, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna call it Scream 5. This was the re-entry of the movies with the new actors. All right, the new actors, the new characters that that are portrayed in this movie, and I am one of the people who love this movie and thought it was done really good. Like, it was fresh. Like, you got fresh faces. Along with fresh faces, also felt like we were getting that classic Scream. I think this is one of those movies that did this really well, where it gave you something new, a brand new product, but at the same time gave you that feel of what it used to be. It gave you that nostalgia factor. Now, aside from the fresh feel that it gives you, I loved how the kills felt more intense in a way. Like, yes, there were some movies where the killer did a little more, but it felt crazier to me. Like, when the cop got killed outside of the door where her son was there, it felt crazy. Like, watching, like, whoa, she's getting stabbed. She's getting stabbed. Like, whoa. And then it's happening broad daylight in front of her house. Think about that. Think about that. And then the son turns around, boom, he gets done up. Let's not forget, bye Dewey. He finally dies. He finally dies. He survived in so many movies, I couldn't believe it. He finally dies. Bye. And it was done beautifully. Finished. Like, it was crazy. Similar to the last entry, we got a fresh feel in this next entry. Coming in at number 4, we got Scream 6. Scream 6 was hard. Scream 6 was hard. I love Scream 6. I loved it maybe because I'm from New Jersey and they shot it in New York. I'm like, whoa, it's right there. Whoa, it's right there. But that added to what I'm saying though. The brand new location. Scream franchise is not afraid to see this. You actually see this another time where they'll kind of switch the scenery a little bit. Won't be in Woodsboro. They'll be somewhere else. And I love the fact that it's like Ghostface will follow your ass to New York. That was really cool to me. So in Scream 6, the opening scene was something that I really liked because you'll see this a lot in Scream 2. They'll always try to switch it up a little bit with the opening scene. Always, like I said plenty of times, giving you something new, but giving you that old nostalgic feel. So in the opening scene of this movie, you think you see, you actually see someone who's trying to portray Ghostface and start murders and then lure Jenna Ortega into I would say a cliche. I was about to say niche, a cliche where in the typical Ghostface fashion, I'm in the class with you, blah 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 blah. But they had a different plan with this one. They had a Ghostface that was really on it and trapped the Ghostface that was trying to do some bullshit and killed them and then did their own thing. I love the fact that they gave you that because it's like, you think you know what's going on? You think this is the opening scene? Boom. They even show you the killer's face. You're like, what's going on? What? We'll never see Ghostface's face this early in the movie. What's going on here? This feels weird. And then they die, and the real Ghostface is behind the mask again. And it's just, whoa, what's going on? Whoa, what's going on? Speaking of that, whoa, what's going on feeling? Ghostface had a shotgun. Ghostface had a shotgun. He wielded a shotgun and blasted that thing. That was crazy. When that first happened, you know how many people I seen were out there like, Ghostface got a shotgun. He's a nice guy. Ghostface has a shotgun. What? What? The fact that he has a shotgun should blow your mind. Like, whoa, this is not like before. This is different. Same Ghostface we know and love, but he, boom, boom. He crazy. He loco. He loco. Yo, when I seen him pull out the shotty and shoot or take the shotty from the guy, shoot the guy and hunt down General Taker in the system, I was like, what's going on? Oh my goodness, that was one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite Ghostface scenes. Just the whole moment, him looking over, popping over. Yo, it was crazy. I loved that scene. Now, the use of social media was very, very like crazy in this movie. Like, and it shows the times how they shift with life because now you see social media in the Scream movies, and you see how people can use social media to sway public opinion for Melissa's character inside of the movie, and it's just like, wow. And then they use that to cause discourse, and of course the sisters are beefing, and one wants to separate and be free and forget, and one wants to hold on and try to heal. And of course, that's like fire and ice. That's gonna conflict every time. But they come together, and at the end, they give a little cheesy kill scene where she's like, "Let me go, let me go, let her be free." You know what I mean? Gives her the knife, let her go. She's that. It was cool. It was cool. Speaking on the ending scene, I'm gonna end it right here. There were two killers at one point. In every Scream, there's two killers. At one time, there was one. There were three killers in this movie. That was fantastic. That was fantastic. And why they were there, they were getting revenge for their brother that just died in the last movie. Cinema. 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 And as we move on to our number 3 entry, I just want to remind you guys, I'm a Scream enthusiast. All right, I love this movie. I'm missing out on certain details on some movies. I'm leaving out rather than not missing out. I'm leaving out certain details. But there's other touch points on other parts of the movies that I want to hit on, but I don't want these videos to be 35 minutes long. All right, I don't want these videos to be an hour and a half long. All right, we'll save those for the live streams. All right, we'll get break down and actually talk about each movie. But without further ado, we got number 3, we got Scream 4. Now, in my opinion, Scream's one of those movies like Final Destination where everybody grows up with one. You feel me? Like everybody as a kid, I don't know, it don't matter what time or what age, but like say from like 8 to like 13, 14, 15 area, a Scream movie comes out and you get to enjoy it as a kid and it leaves an imprint on you. Now, Scream 4 was that movie for me. Scream 4 came out, I forget what year, maybe 2009 or something like that. I was young, 12, maybe something like that. I was young when I seen the movie. So Scream 4 left an imprint on me that I don't think other movies could. Like, it was like, whoa, this movie, I like this movie. This movie feels different. I know these characters, but it just feels different. Now, what was, like I said before in other videos, excuse me, other selections, the opening scene was very unique in this movie, where it gave you various opening kills. Like you thought the first one you were seeing was a real opening scene kill, and then boom, it wasn't. It was like played in a movie, and then like you watch the next one, then boom, that was played in a movie. It was like a movie inside of a movie inside of a movie, and then the real person gets killed. It's like, whoa, what's going on? Is she dead for real? She was. Like Scream 4's opening was by far one of my favorites. Like, is that one and then Scream 6. Excuse me. Scream. Yo. Yeah. No, Scream got a lot of good openings. I can't even pick. Maybe that should be a video, a little small freaking 5-minute video where I break down each opening that I like. That might go in there as a video. Um yeah. The kills. The kills were gory. You seen Gail get stabbed. Like, oh, I'm trying to kill Gail. But at the same time, boom, Dewey shoots her. That was cool. The sense of the cameras is really cool to me because now it feels like I'm being watched. Like, whoa, this is creepy. I'm being watched and stalked by the killer. Like we normally, you're being stalked by the killer. You could have that sense, but when you look and there's a camera right there, like, oh, there's gonna be a video of me being murdered that could be put out there. It just feels like, whoa, this is uncomfortable. This is uncomfortable. I don't like it, and I love the fact that they had that in that movie, and that was an aspect. It was the turning of age of technology. Like iPhones started to become more prevalent. Video recording on phones and live streaming started to become more prevalent. You can see when we have the camera on it's like a little rig he had, but a character, I don't remember his name, but yeah, like that movie was done really well in that aspect. Like I love the fact that that movie shows you the turning of age of technology, and it also shows you that people love the old school stuff, but also starting to come into this new age of life and new age of living and new rules or whatever you try to say. The twist with Jill, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see Jill being the killer. I'm not gonna lie, my first time seeing it because I'm like, it's Sidney's cousin. It's Sidney's cousin. And one of the scenes, her best friend got killed, like the house over. And you can see like it was like window. You can see from window to window. I'm like, nah, that's her best friend. She just seen her best friend get chop suey. Nah. Yup. It was her. Yup. Yo, I could not believe Jill. And oh wow. And this is another reason why, like, this is when a lot of people were trying to be famous and trying to get college from doing anything. This is like the early World Star days, probably. Like, you feel me? This is what like I feel like Wes was trying to convey on the screen, that people are so willing to do anything to get famous that they'll pretend to die, pretend to be attacked, will attack people, hurt people in order to become famous. I thought that was done really well. That was a very good job on Wes Craven's behalf. And then finally, Jill versus Sidney, the final fight. That was a great scrap. After Sydney's already been stabbed up, after Jill done stabbed herself and tried to say she can have matching wounds with Gail, giving herself up that she's the killer, because how would she know that Gail had got stabbed where she got stabbed? Now that fight was tremendous. Dewey, useless. I Hear me out, chat. Hear me out, chat. I hate Dewey. I think he's the most useless character in the world. He should have died in the second movie. Number two on our list is none other than Scream 2. All right, Scream 2 is one of my favorite Screams. It's an unsung Scream. Like, if you know, you know. It's really one of the better Scream movies put together and put out. Like, it was really a very good movie. Like, it starts off discussing slasher flicks and should that like be played, like used in court, like for people. Like, and if you know, it's like, oh, but at the end of the movie, it wraps it up and it comes together well. If you know, you know, and I'll get to that. But Scream 2 is one of my favorites for various reasons, starting with this one. The opening scene. You're gonna see this a lot through the video. I know I might have said it, but a lot through this video, the opening scenes are what set the movies apart from other horror films. Like, who doesn't know, if you know, the Jada Pickett, her wailing, crying on stage as she's bleeding out, and everybody thinks it's a part of the show until she's really dying, and they can see the look of pain in her face. Like, whoa, she's really, what's going on? Is she really dead? Did she get stabbed? And the fact that how Omar Epps went out, I'm talking about trying to be a fucking peeper, listening to what people doing inside the thing, stabbed in the ear. Then the killer took his jacket, went out there with Jada, act like him, threw the mask on, act like him, stabbed her up. That's crazy. That's a crazy opening scene. Now, another thing that I loved about that movie was the kills. First off, rest in peace, Randy. Like, how Randy went out was so sad. It was so sad because Randy he know he was getting close. He know, like, oh yeah, I'm on your back. I know what you're doing, killer. I know where you're at. I think I'm onto your game. I know the rules. I made the rules. I know you. I know the rules to the sequel. Come here, boy. Grabbed him up in the van. That's crazy. Got Randy out of there in a van. That's insane. And then another kill, the cop scene where the cops crashed and Ghostface was driving the car, and then Ghostface crashed, and then they have to crawl over Ghostface. I'm talking about Sidney and Haley. They had to crawl over Ghostface, and then come to find out, Ghostface is really behind Haley. Come here, Haley, stab you. What? That was crazy. I don't know what it was for me, but the scene that if the feel that it was actually at a college felt crazy. Like, it felt like so many places you can go in a college and you could think you're safe, but the killer could be right behind you. And if you don't know who the killer is, there's so many people in college, you don't know who the killer is. This is really crazy. Like, I love the way that they did that. And now there's murders on the campus, so now there's reporters on top of the students on the campus. Like, wow, it's a lot to think about. It's a lot to focus on. Who could be the killer? It's hard to figure it out, and I think that the killers put that into perspective, and that was beautiful. Now, to cap off, the killers, Billy Loomis's mom. Wow. And of course, Sidney's classmate, Mickey. That that was cool. He wanted to do it and then blame it on the movies and say that the movies caused him to do that, and that's how he thought he was gonna get off, which was crazy in itself, which would have been a crazy case in real life that would happen. But then to have it be Billy's mom too was nuts. Billy's mom, the one that abandoned Billy, the one that is the reason why Billy is the way he is, his mommy problems, the reason why Billy killed Maureen Prescott. That's crazy. That's cinema. And that's why this movie's at number two. Now, my favorite, last but surely not least, my favorite Scream movie. We all see it coming. We all know it. It's the original. It's Scream 1. That's my favorite. It's the classic. It's the OG of OGs. All right. It's the movie that started the franchise. All right. You got you got Nightmare on Elm Street. You got Friday the 13th. You got a Halloween, and you got Scream 1. These are classic horror films. These are horror films that you think of horror slashers, you think of Ghostface. When you think of someone that can stalk and make you feel uneasy and then break into your house and kill you, In the sense of a movie, you think of Ghostface. All right, it's the OGs of OGs, and that's why it's coming in at number one. All right, first and foremost, the opening scene, the classic opening scene with Casey Becker. What's your favorite scary movie? What? 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 Watching that movie for the first time was like crazy because like it made me really think like how extreme a stalker could be if I had a stalker. Like, whoa. What if a stalker like did his extensive research on me and knew when I took a shower, called me, and then just set me up and laced me up and killed the person I thought could protect me. It was just that's crazy. Like that movie, that opening scene, classic with a couple classic lines in the classic line, and it was just done well. The popcorn, like it was crazy, and then her getting found by her parents, the way she was found by her parents, wow, wow. Opening scene was done very, 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 very well. Another thing about the movie that I loved that it played on Sidney's mind. Like nowadays, we have a lot of uh, horror movies that play on the psyche of a character, but I feel like this movie did well on playing on the psyche of Sydney's mind because she just lost her mother a year ago. She just lost her mother a year ago, and now mysterious things are happening around her. She doesn't know who to trust. People are dying. Who can I trust? My boyfriend gets locked up for being around my house after I get attacked. Like the killer played with her mind so well, so well, made her feel so unsafe, not knowing who to trust, made her think like, dang, I'll put my own boyfriend in jail and he's innocent, just to turn around and to be Billy, just to turn around and for it to be her boyfriend. Insane. Her two closest friends, to be exact, her boyfriend Billy and Stu Mocker. Wow. That's like the classic twist. Like the classic, like the people you trust the most, that you thought was innocent, that thought they had their name cleared. It ended up actually being them. And the fact that it was them, uh, it made the twist all the better. It made the twist all the better. But let me back it up. One of the scenes that stood out to me the most in this movie was the principal scene. The scene where the principal thought he was alone. He was he kept taking the mask off, doing crazy stuff, thought he was the guy, and then gets chefed up by Ghostface. Like that was crazy, and then having his body be used as a distraction so people at the party can leave the party, and then the people who are left at the party, your food. You feel me? Like that was a great way to set up Sydney for her to be alone because you know everybody is gonna run to the football field because the principal is literally hung by his innards. They're gonna go see that. They want to be the ones to call the cops. They want to be the one to see that. So the fact that you know everybody's gonna be gone, this is the perfect time to set up Sydney. You make her look crazy, make her look like the killer, and all of this. It was wow, wow. The ending was crazy. I love the scene where I forget the character's name, but she gets stuck in the garage. That entire scene where she thinks she's being sexy, but no, you're being lured into being bodied. Crazy, crazy. And those few short reasons, trust me, there are a lot more why I love Scream. Each of them, I have a lot more reasons why I love each of them. But this video can't be an hour and a half long. It can't be. All right, fam. It's been fun kicking it with you guys. As always, I'll be right back.